What's going on YouTube? This is Daybreak748 and today I am bringing you guys another figure review and we'll be taking a look at none other than Shinken Blue from the Shinkenger line. Now obviously here we have Shinken Blue in his nice open display window here. You have Shinken Blue here, some of the accessories, you have a nice artwork of Shinken Blue there. This is brought to us by the good folks at S.H.Figuarts, so that's pretty cool. On the side here, you just have just the part of his arm and his shoulder. On the back, you see Shinken Blue with a lot of his different accessories. So pretty cool. On this side, you just have Samurai Sentai Shinkenger. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me move this back a little. Or you know what? There you go. The Samurai Sentai Shinkenger, Shinken Blue. And you have his kanji right there. Pretty cool box, but let's take a look at the even cooler figure. Guys, give me a sec, I'll be right back. Alright guys, and we are back. Now, as you guys can clearly see, I have my Shinken Blue out of package, and he's looking pretty cool. I'm going to keep him vanilla pose for now, just leave him to the side, and let's take a look at some of the accessories that Shinken Blue comes with. Now, each Shinkenger comes with the Kirumaru, I think that's what it was called. I don't remember because it's been a while since I watched Shinkenger, but yep, you have this awesome, nicely detailed sword, and in the US version it was called the spin sword. Why? Because you could they spin this part and some effects go off. So that's pretty cool. Each part, you see this part right here, that can actually come off. It's a disc. It does come off and it's fully detailed, as you guys can see. It doesn't really spin. It's kind of locked into place, but you can definitely pull it off if you wanted to. Now, once again, S.H.Figuarts does not let us down when it comes to sculpting and paint job. I mean, this thing looks pretty badass. Love the sculpt work, love the paint job. Every single Shinkenger comes with this sword. Alright, another accessory that every Shinkenger comes with, it's their Shoto phone. Pretty cool. Once again, for such a small accessory, paint job is spot on, and yeah, just loving this accessory. Yes, my hands are blue, as you guys can kind of see. I've been working on a diorama. I'll show you guys that very soon. Been doing a lot of painting, all that stuff. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of my videos that have like blue hands, green hands, etc. So just bear with me. You have the emblem in the dragon mode right here. Now this is pretty freaking cool. I love this. It actually looks like the emblem just came apart, which it did, and it's now the dragon. The head can also move, which is pretty cool. Loving the design, loving the actual sculpting, and this really does look like a dragon. And for such a small accessory, I know I compliment S.H.Figuarts a lot about this, but they do an awesome job with the paint job and the articulation. I mean, I know JRA Nightmare says this all the time about imported figures. It's all about the fun factor with these guys. They didn't need to include this part, but they did. Now, obviously, with that, you get the actual emblem mode. Looks spot on. Even the back is painted, and you can see kind of like the cuts and rivets here that will actually form to get you this, which is pretty freaking cool. Even the back is painted here as well to match the emblem mode. Alright, so you get that. The big accessory you get with Shinken Blue is, I think this was called the water bow or the hydro bow, something like that. Pretty cool. It is actually articulated. You could pull this out, push it in. This part right here, the disc can actually spin and come off. If you take a close look here, you have little designs on this actual disc, which is pretty freaking cool. Loving the paint job on this thing and loving the actual look of this. So that's that. That's the biggest accessory Shinken Blue comes with. Now, let's take a look at, obviously, the hands. Now, Shinken Blue, damn, this guy comes with a ton of hands. First of all, you get this one right here. One gripping hand pose right there. Another set of gripping pose, but this is a tighter grip. So that's that. This is a little bit looser grip with his thumb up. Notice all of these gripping hands are all different. Freaking amazing. They include so many of these individual hands, these specialized hands for these figures. You get some groping hands. Pretty cool. And you get a set of those. You get these like posed hands, these angry, like to be or not to be, that kind of hand where if he had the skull, that's the type of hand he would use. Once again, another very stylized hand. Once again, just want to show you guys, these are not the same sets of hands. If you take a look at this hand, these two are like together while these are apart. And this one, 3 of the fingers are together and 1 of them is apart. Once again, all of these are all individually sculpted hands for just Shinken Blue. You have this karate chopping hand. Another martial artsy type of hand right there. A very dynamic posed hand. Now mine has a little bit of gunk or whatever this thing is. It's like brown paint or something there. I'm gonna try to get it off, but yep. Another very stylized hand. And lastly, this stylized hand. Ton of different hands, which is a pretty amazing. Alright, now putting that all aside, let's take a look at the actual figure. Now, I love the design for the Shinkenger line. It's very simplistic, it's very Asian looking, I guess, because he looks like he's in a gi, but I really do like the design. I love the emblem on his their helmets. Their helmets look very sleek, as you guys can see. Some people were saying that this is too narrow of a head, but I personally like it. Love these little air vents or whatever these things are. They've even put those on it. This just looks so badass. I love it. You have the nice gold crest here. You have the Shoto phone in the buckle here, and it's closed up. You have a place where you could put the Shinkenmaru. The gold here is nice and vibrant. The blue is it's a matte finish blue, and while I'm videotaping this, I can clearly see that it's a darker blue. But when you see it on, I guess, the video or the camera, and the blue looks a lot lighter. But I like the blue that they chose. The white is a nice pearlescent white. The blacks are nice, pretty cool. Love the detail. For articulation, the head can go up that far, can pivot like that, can look down, can go 360 obviously. The neck is also on a joint. You see that movement? So that's that. This part is a floating piece, so it covers up these the metal joints that's underneath here. The arm can go out, can go full 360. Double jointed elbows. The hands can fully rotate 360 and can go in and out. Pretty cool. The diaphragm joint is nice. You get all the articulation you want up there. Now you have to be careful, because if you get him in some crazy poses, this is not going to line up. So just be careful of that. There is the waist joint obviously. When it comes to the leg, you have the thigh cut right there that you can rotate around that. It has the pull down feature for the higher angled kicks, double jointed knees, and the feet have all the articulation you can ever possibly want. Ankle pivot, rocker, toe joint, everything. So getting this guy to stand is no problem. Now, if you wanted to interchange the hands, once again, these are very easy to swap out. All you would need to do is just pull this straight out. Guys, don't bend and pull, just pull straight out, revealing a ball, a peg, I guess, or a ball joint, or whatever you want to call it. Take the hand that you want, push it straight in, and there you go. When you want to make your Shinken Blue or whatever Super Sentai figure, I highly suggest getting the hand on the accessory first, then plugging it into the hand. It makes it just a little bit easier, and you're putting less pressure on that joint because the joint is tiny, so be careful with that. But yeah, guys, when I dealt with this Shinken Blue, he feels like a very solid figure. The plastic that they used, as you guys can see, doesn't shake, doesn't do anything, joints are tight. I love it. The sculpt work, the articulation, the paint job, it is top notch. Now, I showed you earlier, I think it was last year, that I purchased the San Diego Comic-Con, the metallic versions. I personally am digging these versions. Why? Because the other Super Sentai figures that we've gotten so far are not metallic. So when I tried displaying the metallic versions with the other ones, they just stood out way too much. I personally like them to all blend in together to make it more unified, and so I think I'm going to be displaying these guys with my other Super Sentai teams. So that's just my opinion. If you guys like the other ones, by all means, display it with that. But guys, yep, thank you for watching. This is a must-have. If you haven't picked this guy up, he is pretty pricey. Keep that in mind. Go to mandarake.com. AmiAmi sometimes has them. If you're going to places like eBay or Amazon, you're going to have to pay a pretty penny. Even when you go to Mandarake, these guys are pretty expensive. So please keep that in mind. If you can find this figure for pretty cheap, hey, by all means, pick it up. But be careful for all those bootlegs out there. Guys, once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll have the other Shinkengers coming up for you very soon. And this is Daybreak 748, and I'm signing out. Peace out, guys.